Well, after a 2-0 defeat of Arsenal against Manchester United, Mikel Arteta looked a man who was really unhappy. Do you know what he did to his players? He made them run after the game of football in New York, and they had to train after that bizarre performance that he put up when United really beat them 2-0. Two gifts from Arsenal, and obviously they found themselves in a situation of obviously losing by 2-0. But I think the gift is only for that of Jurrien Sanchez. I'm sorry to say, that goal of Bruno Fernandes, guys, put respect to the name of the person who went ahead to hit it. I've seen people blaming Aaron Ramsdale, but you have to keep in mind of how the ball bounces before it really goes into the back of the net. So the moment the ball bounces, obviously the flight of the ball really alters. Not so? So welcome to Rokani Media Football. This is Rokani David. Mikel Arteta has gone ahead to commend Jurrien Timber amongst all the three signings he's gone ahead to make, but he has also gone ahead to defend Declan Rice and Kai Havertz after that 2-0 win of Man United against Arsenal. Let's see close to 400 likes. Smash on this video and don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And we are also discussing a little bit of what Arteta has gone ahead to learn from the 2-0 loss of Man United down in New York as we prepare for the game of Barcelona. They are going to play next Wednesday, that is on, is it the 26th, 27th? That's when they're going to play that big game either for you. And after that, they'll fly back to London to prepare for the Emirates finale against Monaco. And over the weekend, they'll play at Wembley against Man City in what we call the Community Shield. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel because we want to hit, let me check, have we hit 16,000 subscribers yet? A little bit of a check here to come around and let you know how many subscribers are left for us to hit that number. If at all we've not yet hit it, speed up, speed up, speed up, speed up, speed up, show up. All right, we are left with 20 subscribers to hit 16,000 subscribers, and I think this video is going to fetch us all those subscribers in a nick of time to it that we are really there, and we start off another journey of chasing for 17,000 subscribers before the end of this month. So guys, let's start it off with Mikel Arteta and what he said in his post-match press conference, all presser. He was asked on Jurrien Timber after the loss of Man United. He said, with Timber, we are really pleased with his performance and the things we ask him to do. Obviously, he's adapting really quickly to the team, and you could see the confidence, the determination that he plays with. Obviously, Timber was really the better player on the pitch yesterday, and in the next 1 or 2 hours I'm coming here to do a live of the player ratings. You guys are going to be letting me know your player ratings, and I'm going to be letting you know how I'm going to rate those Arsenal players, and you're going to be discussing lots of things. But for me, Jurrien Timber was the better player on the field of play. That is it, and I think he deserves all the hails about him from the gaffer of Arsenal, that is Mikel Arteta, because Jurrien Timber put in an effort that none of the players really put up. And the way he played looked like he was a player who has been playing with Arsenal for some long time, because the transitional movements he made, the transitional passes, line-breaking passes, he's a press-resistant player, guys. And you just look at him, when he's in the defense, he plays like a defender. When he transcends into the midfield, he plays like a midfielder. When he's in the final third of the pitch, he's obviously that man that can even get you that line-breaking pass that can result into an assist. So that is the beauty of Timber. And there is a pass he played into Bukayo Saka that resulted into that Martinelli double save by Tom Heaton. That was really exquisite, and those are things that you obviously want to see day in, day out. So it's the second game for Jurrien Timber for Arsenal, and he is really doing the needful for Arsenal. But that really puts Arsenal in a very exciting mode, and I know some fans have already started to table an argument about who is going to be the right back of Arsenal at the beginning of the season, because the ingredients that Jurrien Timber holds, I don't see Ben White really holding them. However much Ben White is a press-resistant player, but Jurrien Timber has shown us that he's a better press-resistant player, and this is what Mikel Arteta will always want from his inverted fullbacks, that is Jurrien Timber and Zinchenko. If I told you you're having a Zinchenko and you're having another inverted right back in the names of Jurrien Timber doing what Zinchenko does onto the left back, that means Arsenal is going to have more of the possession of the game, and I just can't wait, guys, to see this team with Jurrien Timber, Zinchenko, Jorginho, Odegaard and Declan Rice. A midfield three of Jorginho, Odegaard and Declan Rice with Zinchenko and Jurrien Timber, left backs and right backs respectively. I just can't wait to see the team of Arsenal, because it just gives you a lot of hope on how they're really going to be passing that ball, possessing that ball, because to me Jorginho is the most press-resistant CDM that Arsenal really have. And the day I see that system being put up by Mikel, I'm really going to watch that game with all of my energy, because I'll even get my pen and paper to note. As when Zinchenko is playing Jurrien Timber and Jorginho, Odegaard, Rice, you have to really know that a lot is going to happen on the ball. Their runs, their transitions, how Zinchenko is going to obviously invert in, build from the back, lots of things. So I just can't wait to see to it that day that team is really fielded. I'll be really watching and really bring you the results of that game. But I think Jurrien Timber deserves the hail. He was the best player in the field of play yesterday, as Arsenal really did the needful. But United just capitalized on the two mistakes that were made by Arsenal. One by Declan Rice, allowing Bruno Fernandes to shoot, and the other one was that miss of Gabriel Magalhaes that resulted into Jadon Sancho busting into space with the ball and hitting it at the back of the net. Now, Arteta on Kai Havertz, Rice and Odegaard midfield trio, he said, no. This is not what he said at first. What he said at first was all about the 50 minutes that you're supposed to play. Is that they really cope up with the demands of the midfield. And let's try it here and really get this. All right. This is what he first said about them, that when they play 55 minutes together, they will be better. It will flow better. They will understand each other better and will be more dominant and better. So I would like to really back Mikel Arteta onto this one, because I think this is the second game we've seen them play together, and the first game they played I think 15 minutes together when Declan Rice played in the versus the MLS Stars that saw Kai Havertz score. I think was the 5th goal in that game. Declan Rice was brought on, Odegaard and Kai Havertz, meaning that might be the ideal midfield that Mikel Arteta would want, but he needs to get them on the pitch more and more times. So we are waiting to see whether it's going to be the same starting 11 that Mikel Arteta is really going to field when Arsenal is playing Barcelona, that is next week on Wednesday. So if at all that's the case, then it's really going to be one of those things that we're going to go ahead and obviously talk about and discuss and see whether Arteta is willing to go that way. So he's calling in for more minutes for that midfield trio, and he expects him to obviously perform better. But for Kai Havertz, I need to see him really run more and more. I need to see him run a lot in that midfield, because last season in the Premier League, he covered more distance than Odegaard. But I think the entire team was off. It was not like just a certain joint was really off, but the entire chain was really off and it never connected. So if you lose the midfield battle, obviously there is no way you are going to win the game. Then he continued and said, but it takes time to glide, and you have to respect that. But I saw a lot of positive things, and things I like much more than the game we won the other day against MLS, even though the result is very different. Now, Arteta coming out and really defending his players is what any manager is supposed to be doing, especially in front of the media. But this is all what we call not disrupting your dressing room. You come in the press, you defend the players, and in the dressing room when you reach there, you tell them you are ashamed, the badge of Arsenal, go on and really run after this game on the pitch. And that's what he did. You know, what he did in the what he said in the press conference doesn't resonate with what he really told, with what he ordered the players to do after that game of football. He told them to run, you know, and that is something that Erik ten Hag did when we lost against Brentford. We lost 4-0. He made those players each run 13.5 kilometers. The only difference was Erik ten Hag was part of that running, and this time round, Mikel Arteta was not part of that running with his Arsenal players. So it just boils out into a different scenario altogether, that you have to obviously punish these players every time they don't put up or put in the work. So they failed to put in the shift. The manager told them, you have to run and you have to get penalized. Now, in the game of Barcelona, they'll be playing in mind knowing that the moment they down tools, they are going to face it rough, especially when they really don't follow the ideas of the manager. And that is something great that you need to really give credit to Mikel Arteta. I love Mikel, and I think he's really one of those managers that is really young on the job. As I've always told you, I think Erik ten Hag is a more experienced manager than Mikel Arteta, because for Mikel, he has only worked with maybe Arsene Wenger, but not actively. Though Arsene Wenger really told him that he should become a coach, because Arsene Wenger saw lots of things that describe Mikel Arteta as a coach in the future. Then, as he was still planning to even play more games for Arsenal, when Pep Guardiola came in the Premier League, told him, I want you to be my assistant manager. Then he came in through and obviously became, and he has been a permanent manager for just 3 months, for just 3 years now. But for Erik ten Hag, he was at Bayern Munich, he was at FC 20, he was at Utrecht, he has been at Ajax and coached them into a semi-final. That is it, of the Champions League. So he has vast experience. But I think Arteta is learning on the job and he knows exactly what to do. But this time round, he's doing it as a permanent manager, not an assistant manager, not hearing decisions from Pep Guardiola. He's now taking those decisions as a permanent manager of Arsenal. So I love the manager and I wish him well to it that they really come up and really beat Barcelona, because if Arsenal beat Barcelona, they are going to be having that vibe of which I believe they are going to beat them. They are going to beat them hard. That is it, coming in from Arteta onto the trio. And lastly, he was asked on what he learned from the game. He said that I hate to lose, and we all hate to lose. That is the biggest lesson, that I don't like losing and I don't like the feeling that I have right now. So the boys have to train right now in the space, thinking how we are going to be better and win the next game of Barcelona. So those are the words of Pep Guardiola. Those are the words of Arteta Mikel. And every manager hates to lose. If you are like Southampton and you lose to Arsenal, it's okay. It's written all over the world that we're supposed to lose. But if you are Arsenal, you are an elite team. Whether you're playing Manchester United, Chelsea, Man City, those are the cream de la cream teams. You have to win them. You have to win against them. Even when you're playing alongside teams like Crystal Palace, Fulham, Brighton, you expected to win, meaning that you are supposed to win every game. Every match is supposed to be won, and that's why Mikel Arteta is calling in for his players to obviously know that they are not supposed to lose and they should start hating to lose like he hates to lose too, as these are the moments that defined their loss or imploding fight in the last bend of the season that saw them lose the trophy to Man City. You know, they really lost. So that is what Mikel Arteta is telling the players, that I hate to lose and you should also hate to lose, because we are meant to be winners at the club of Arsenal. On Wednesday, they play Barcelona I think they're going to put in a little bit of more effort because Barcelona is also trying to build up itself. You'll expect Gundogan in the midfield, Frankie de Jong, Pedri. You understand? So we wait and see how that is going to happen and pan out when Arsenal is taking on Barcelona. So guys, your thoughts on to Arteta commending Jurrien Timber are welcome in the comment section below. Defending Declan Rice and Kai Havertz plus Martin Odegaard, also that. And what do you make about Mikel Arteta confirming with us that one thing he hates is losing? I sign out for now. See you later. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. May the living true God protect you abundantly. Rokani David remains my name. To my Muslim viewers and subscribers, Barak Lau Fikum. See you later in a Gifi.